Good afternoon from BMW and Porsche of Ocala. I'm Scotty, one of the Porsche product geniuses over here. And today we're going to be taking a look at this beautiful 2020 Porsche 911 Carrera S. Now the Carrera S is going to be powered by a 3.0 liter twin turbocharged flat six. It's going to generate 443 horsepower and about 390 foot-pounds of torque. And of course for 2020 we saw tons of different changes. Of course transitioning from the 991.2 body style onto the 992. So coming with that, of course, besides just the engine changes on the vehicle, which include, instead of having two different styles of turbos, of course, restricted airflow a little bit, they actually created a mirror turbo, of course, to allow for a better airflow, of course, upping the horsepower, as well as the efficiency of the engine, as well as changing the entire body style of the vehicle, of course, to support all the changes and such, as well as styling aspects, and massive technology changes on this car as well. But some of the body changes you're going to see from the outside, first of all, is going to be that all trims of the 911 now include the wide body kit that was previously only available on the 4 models, as well as the GTS and, of course, turbo, so on and so forth. But now even a base Carrera comes with that wider body, which is about 1.8 inches wider than the standard body. So really sharp, very aggressive. Of course, the rear of the vehicle, we're paying a lot of tradition. So, of course, the old vehicles, the old 911s, we have a single-piece taillight. Comes all the way across. Of course, that was last seen in the 993s. Of course, this one's going to have the sport package. So that gives us the sport exhaust. The PASM, of course, which Porsche acts as building manager, as well as lowers the car by about 10 millimeters. As well as gives us sports chrono. Now, Sports Chrono, of course, decreases our shift time, as well as gives us the ability of launch control on the vehicle. So really a nice feature to have. Of course, you see most of the sport and well-ordered 911s coming with that option. You gotta have it. Just really nice. And of course, talking about the transmission, this is going to include an 8-speed double clutch transmission, previously the 7-speed. So of course, we do have a little shorter gear ratios, but on the highway, that RPM is going to sit nice and low, making it a very comfortable vehicle on the highway. Of course, this car is going to have the premium package, so we do have the PDLS Plus headlamps, so that 4-dot LED matrix design. Once again, newly redesigned headlamps. Very nice, of course. We do see a little radar detector, or radar in the front. That's going to tell us this car has active cruise control. So once again, this is going to be an excellent highway car, a very nice cruiser especially, as well as a very capable sports car. Now, the exterior of this car is going to be finished, and if I mispronounce this, I'm terribly sorry, but gentian blue metallic. And it is a sharp, dark blue. Very sharp. Not dark enough to kind of hide it and make it look like black, but not bright enough to be kind of outlandish. It is sharp. Very gorgeous. And, of course, we do have the black Carrera S wheel package. High gloss black, I should specify. Of course, with the Porsche colored center caps pointing at the valve stem, of course, as is tradition. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the other options. We're going to jump right into the premium package. So we do have comfort keyless access entry. I don't even have to pull out the key or anything. Of course, I just reach for the door handle. They'll even pop out a little bit, of course, if I have the key in my pocket, but I have it inside. Of course, the door handles do lay flush to the body, which is really nice. And take a look at that all-new redesigned interior. 14-way power seats with memory function, of course, for the driver. We can see those little buttons right over there. Very comfortable seats, but look at that interior. So much nicer. Great quality materials, of course. Very sharp. You almost have like a little shelf here. Really pay attention to like the old 911s. Still have our little cup holder right over here. But we also have our big one right over here, which is very nice. Pretty cool little thing to have. There's this cup holder. 2-zone automatic climate control. Of course, navigation system as we see right over here. But this car also has the moonroof. And it is the electric glass moonroof as well. As we head inside here, we can see that's very nice. We can't open that, but we can see it's a little damp, so we don't want to do that. Of course, the new gear selector. A lot of people weren't a fan of it from the pictures, but I tell you, just grabbing it, of course, and using it actually is very nice. Almost feels like a slapstick, like a Sequential or something from a rally car. Or just a race car in general, of course. Now, we do have our heated and ventilated seats for both the front seats, which is very nice there. Of course, all of our moonroof controls are going to be located right over here. Of course, we did mention our 2-zone climate control. Of course, our infotainment system, which is going to be very familiar to you if you're used to the Panameras. I'm already on the nav page. I can come right over here to media, and we can see we're on FM now. But I could cycle between FM radio, satellite, online, Bluetooth, of course, all the functions you'd expect to find there. We do have Bluetooth telephone over here on the left, as well as our car settings. But coming on a look at the steering wheel over here, we do have a newly redesigned steering wheel with a lot more media buttons, of course. And we can cycle through all of our different drive modes using this little guy. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about wet mode, of course, which would be good for a day like today, where the road's a little damp, of course, really helps out with stability of the car. We can come over into normal. We have sport, which is going to open up the sport exhaust, stiffen suspension, throttle is going to sharpen up. And then we go into sport plus, which is actually going to maintain boost in between gear changes as well, which is really cool. So lots of different modes, and there's even an individual mode that you can switch to with no issues at all. We also have a sport response button. Now what that does is, of course, let's say you're trying to pass somebody on the highway and you really just need to pick up speed quick. You can hit this little guy and it'll give us 20 seconds of instant response from the engine. Of course, really readies the car to do some fast passing or fast acceleration. Really a cool little button to have there. We did mention this car has active cruise control, which is on the left-hand side, so we just turn it on or off with this little button over here at the end. Set the speed by pushing it forward, and then, of course, active cruise control, instead of just setting the speed, it also maintains the distance to the car in front of you. So we can change that distance if we feel like we're falling a little too close or a little too far. We can use this little toggle switch here to change that distance. So that's really a nice little feature there. But let's go ahead and come to the outside and talk about some of the other options, because there's just so many that if we stay inside, we won't be able to go over all of it. So we do have the standard interior in black leather seats, the wheels painted in high gloss black. We've already talked about that. We do have power folding exterior mirrors, and even the mirrors are redesigned to have a little sharper edges. In my opinion, a little more squared off to kind of remind me of the older 911s. Of course, we do have a lane change assist, and that's going to be Porsche's way of saying blind spot. So that's these three little dots right over here, of course, the three little squares. We do have the smoker's package, which you can exchange the cup holder inside for just like a little tray, of course, for the smokers out there, or just even putting coins in. Very useful. Ornamental Porsche crest, of course. We already mentioned the sport package, the premium package. We do have the active cruise control part of the premium package, as well as the lane keep assist. So instead of just having lane departure warning where the car tells you, hey, you're drifting from the lane, it actually maintains your lane composure as you're heading in there, which is really cool. But now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the storage compartment, which is located in the front, of course, since the 911, of course, is a rear-engine vehicle. There we are. We can see it's plenty big of cargo space, and this is actually one of the ones we use at our veiling party. And you can fit plenty of stuff in there, no issues at all. Very sharp, of course, and a very light hood. A lot more use of aluminum on this vehicle than even the 991. But if you do have any questions about this vehicle, or any other car in our lot for that matter, please feel free to contact us. We are always happy to get all your questions answered and taken care of. Other than that, we look forward to hearing from you, and hope you're having a great day. Take care. Bye.
Buying from Porsche of Ocala gives you unmatched benefits, including delivery to your home, concierge service, white glove delivery, and much more. Contact us today for more details.